I was a very fortunate young man. I went in when I was 17, got out when I was 19. And I was in from 44 to 44. Came back home, and I was an office boy in the Kansas City Southern Railway Company when I first started. And I was, 19, but I felt like I was 120, and there was a young girl, excuse me, cute like you two, about 17 or 18, and she led me around by the nose the first couple of days, and after being in the war, I just felt very embarrassed. So first night or two, I went home and was telling my mother that, and I said, I just don't like this job. I can't cope with that. And I heard an ad on the radio that said they were looking for veterans to be employed by the Veterans Administration, which is where all the files on each veteran was collected and so forth and so on. And of course, they were coming home by the thousands to be discharged. And they guaranteed us overtime quite a bit, and that my salary was going to be I think $1,940 a year, which to me was a lot of money. So I went to work for them, and I stayed with the federal government as an employee. I ended up with the Federal Aviation Administration, and they're involved with the safety of aircraft in the air, on the ground, electronic navigational aids, and it was a fun organization to work for. So I ended up with a total of about 41 years of working for the government, and I retired at age 53. I have enjoyed retirement ever since. I have volunteered in Fort Worth, Texas at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. I've got a total, I would say, of almost 10 years volunteering. And I worked in an information booth, and that's exciting. But I didn't get paid, but it was exciting. Working for the Federal Aviation Administration and the Department of Army as a civilian, I had 2 years in Casablanca, French Morocco. Very close friends with Humphrey Bogart, Katharine Hepburn, Ingrid Bergman, who was in Casablanca. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But then I worked for 2 years in the Canal zone, and I hate to be negative, before we gave it away. Mr. Carter did that, much to my sorrow. And that was a fun place to be. I was single, but I went through the canal on a dredge boat, which is a little dredge boat, and then a big cruiser in the same lock with you, and that was kind of fun. But it was, it was hard to get used to palm trees and things like that and no seasons, but that was 2 years of good duty.